Dude, before we go, I want to know what your thoughts are on Facebook's new. They're launching a currency. Have you seen this?
Bollocks.
Libra.
Stay as far the fuck away from it as you can. What the fuck? I don't even understand Bitcoin, but I tell you what I do understand. Facebook have got no place in anything where the main reason you want it is because you value your privacy and your ability to not be part of the system. And you're going to let Zuckerberg get involved in that? Fuck that action. Run away. Run away. That's like your dad saying, that's a cool pair of trousers you're wearing. I'll try a pair like that as well. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's grotesque. It's grotesque. Facebook I don't know, they're still too big to fail, but
Yeah.
it's not looking good.
I'm really worried about them getting into cryptocurrency. They've already got Visa, PayPal, and a few other big companies behind it, backing it. And I'm just like, oh, for me, it sounds like an episode of Black Mirror or something. You know, that social credit.
Yeah,
Because
you can't have money because you've been naughty.
exactly. Well, other websites use a Facebook ban as a basis to ban you from their site. Um, like it really, really concerns me. Then, like, what if what if ordering? Someone's just mentioned Just Eat. What if Just Eat do a deal with Facebook so it's cheaper to order via their currency?
See, the thing is,
And then,
it all depresses me so fucking much. This whole fucking nonsense. I mean, you know how I don't even like the rules that we have on Live Leak. No matter how necessary that, you know how much it fucking kills me that this shit like shadow banning and shit. I know it has to be there, but I fucking hate it so much. And I remember the internet because I'm old. It used to be so fucking good. You know, it just used to be so fucking cool. And, you know, you would get banned from places. Some places were strict, some weren't, but you just went somewhere else. But most places just left you the fuck alone to be whoever you are. You know, they had a set of rules that usually just meant don't be too much of a dick. And they just be who you are. And this whole Facebook thing, and now they're creeping into crypto, and just, it's filthy. It's horrible. It'd be like tall Tyrion Lannister saying we've got a program for schools on Twitter now. You don't want them in that part of your fucking life. You know, and just the idea of Facebook, and like you're telling me, websites are banning people because they got a Facebook ban. And now you've got that company that work with large venues, concert venues, that basically credit score you, social score you via your online activity, so they can tell them if you're a bad person, and you won't be allowed in a concert venue if you've been a dick on Facebook.
oh my god, that is literally like why they test all this shit out in China, and we all go, "Oh, look what they're doing in China! Isn't that horrific?" And we don't really, but it's the same company. They literally just they then what works, they just bring it over here,
Of
and
course they do.
drip by drip, and it's terrifying, man. It's really terrifying. There needs to be a legit rage against the machine, but
There won't be though. That's the problem.
yeah. I was trying to say this on Friday. In fact, this is how we got into the thing because I was said people are obsessed with pointing out, saying people are Nazis or fascists, and this was my point, and that's what led to me being hate crimed and all the rest of it. But my point is that like we really are missing the new thing that's coming along. Like in 100 years, they're not going to look back to now and say, "Oh, that was fascism on the rise." It'll have its own name.
Yeah.
You know, this sort of weird bureaucratic sort of techno-fascism.
Yes.
And it will have its own name. And we're all so busy pointing at people like Tommy Robinson that we're not seeing this, you know, we're focused on these tiny little things that are irrelevant in the grand scheme. And
But that's what
meanwhile,
social media does again. That's what social media does again. Turns absolute shit into some kind of drama that people think applies in the real world, and it just fucking doesn't. And that is, I genuinely believe social media is the problem, which is ironic considering that I use social media and we've built it into trigger warning. But I'm it's trying to do it a different way. And at the minute, I'm heartened by some of the decentralization that's going on. Like, you know, Gab. I don't go on Gab. It's not for me. It's not a platform for me. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. And then you've got BitChute. As you know, I like the guys on BitChute anyway. But I go on there and we're on there and that's brilliant. But you know, the videos that are around us are ones I really don't fucking like a lot. But that's fine. By the same token, it just seems like what we're doing is creating just yet more and more polarized entities. And I'm literally in despair at the way things are going. Genuinely. I mean, we've had this conversation outside. People, I don't mind a bit of hate. I don't mind a bit of the bants. You know, people can say shit that offends you. But now it's just all... Everyone's so fucking angry over nothing. Over nothing. Everyone's so fucking mad all the time because they can only express themselves via 140 fucking characters or whatever it is now on Twitter. And I believe Twitter does encourage this. Well, I can't debate. So anytime you challenge me, it's an attack. So therefore, I must actually retaliate with an attack. Not a debate, just with an attack. And I've seen that develop over the years and seep into other sites. Like, you know, we get shit on Live Leak about how the comments are. But I've seen them turn nastier over the years, directly in lockstep with other sites and social media. So if you want to know a really, really nasty fucking site, Twitter. Twitter's got the most unbelievably harsh shit on there. And I think it fosters it. And I don't think they can fix it now. They're panicking to fuck, banning all these people, but it's because they started out with the wrong fucking intention at the beginning. Because Facebook was not about connecting people. Facebook was about harvesting people. And they've created all these bubbles that keep people content or frightened or both. And now they've realised that there's a problem, but their whole platform was developed for that. So now they don't know how to change. Whereas stuff like Live Leak or Ogrish before it, that shit just grew out of an idea. You know, that wasn't a business. It was just an idea and they grew out of it. Trigger Warning was me chatting to you and sitting there looking at it going, right, how do we set this up? How do we want this to be? What is the goal here? What is the aim of the social thing? Well, it's not to harvest. It's not to put people in bubbles. It's to let people connect if they want to. Great, that's fucking it. That's all it is. You know, the forums are if people want to get a bit deeper or share shit, and I genuinely hope they do, because as I say, I fucking love forums. And everything's just about, there's some tools to communicate, express yourself, and connect with other people with no ulterior motive. And you know what, if it gets too big and we can't afford it, then we go fucking pop. But we're never, ever going to milk the people on the site, because that makes you like those other assholes, and then your platform changes to do that. And then you have the same fucking problems they've got. And then you go to Palo Alto headquarters and you have a load of fucking leftists doing your moderating. Everything goes tits. I watched a guy, he questioned a video being demonetized on his channel. It came, as a Twitter thread. So YouTube said, well, look into this for you. And they solved it. They solved the problem of his one video being demonetized by demonetizing his entire channel.
Yeah, well, we've been saying that, haven't we, with that? We've not clicked that request review yet.
No. Well, last time I did it with Trigger Warning, everything just got worse, didn't it? It went from that was naughty to 3 months ban. So I'm going to stop pressing that fucking button now.
Yeah.
But we complied. We complied.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? When people talk about, when they do talk about censorship and all that, and how people are too scared, and the argument against it is like, well, you've got your free speech. Look at you talking, but then it's like, yeah, but you're creating. When you've created fear for expression, like for example, we won't hit request review on that video because we've got the fear that it'll kill the whole channel.
Yep.
So it's like, well, you can say, well, you've got your free speech, and it's like, well, not necessarily. And I know obviously a monetized video isn't that, but it's like another grain of sand, isn't it? like us just saying, us intentionally putting out a positive video gets demonetized. And it's like, do we want to go to war over this? But it's just that little thing there, isn't it? There's that overall vibe.
It's a constant erosion of trust as well. And then it's things like, but we caved when they gave us those 2-3 month bans in a row. We changed the set.
Yeah.
We gave in. I mean, only because, to be fair, the Queen's tits were not terribly important to the content of the show, but we still complied. Because at the end of it as well, the fact is it's their platform. They can do whatever they like. But if you don't comply, what then? Because at the minute there's no live streaming on Live League. So where do we go if YouTube shit can us?
Yeah.
The only thing I can't do, though, is moderate the content. Can't do it. Can't do it because it's too difficult. Or are we actually doing it subconsciously? You know, are the shows less aggressive because, as we spoke about, it's just like, well, I just want to enjoy them all a little more and occasionally lose my shit? Or is it subconsciously going, you know, if you carry on like this, mate, you're going to get banned.
It's not good, man. It's very, very nervous. It's very, and it's affecting more and more people, and it is radicalizing people in both directions.
I'll tell you straight away, if Trigger Warning ever gets to the stage it can fund it, we'll stream through Trigger Warning. Everything we can do, we'll do in-house as much as possible.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? The more donations, the more people will get signed up. It is just moving.
And then, as we grow, we'll have more control over the servers, where things are hosted, what we can do, what we can say, what we can get away with. You know, because there are some tremendous offshore companies, but for really good, high-powered hosting and all those things, it's very expensive. But it's in the future. We can grow. You know, it's not we don't have a financial plan on Trigger Warning. We just don't.
No. And it's not like it's not like it's even like it's not like the point is to cause offence. It's just to actually be able to discuss things. For nothing to be off the table. That's kind of the whole point, isn't it? For anything,
nothing should ever be off the table. Like,
and it's really nice actually, because I get a lot of like DMs, and I'm really bad for checking DMs, but I get a lot of DMs of people where they will just tell me like really personal stuff that's going on with them, because there's kind of this atmosphere at the moment where I'm not gonna. They almost know I'm not gonna judge them, and they know I'm not gonna like, oh, this has been going on with my kid or whatever. And I really like that. I really like that. You know, because it's there. I'm not gonna sort of freak out about one of these weird moral purity tests, like, did you just use that word or whatever? No, I don't give a fuck. I like that.
It's not how it should be. You know, it's everything's just fucking wrong. But if we don't do our own little thing to take a stand, no matter how ineffectual in the grand scheme of things, that's an irrelevance. If we don't at least go, look, we've built it, we're doing what we can, we want to do this, here, take part, have it. You know, you can see it's not a cash cow, just be a part of it. Then we're doing the right thing. And I want everyone else to do the same fucking thing as well. That's what I want. Do your blog and your website through Trigger Warning. And when you get a taste for it and you want to grow, go do your own thing. We'll still fucking link to you. You'll still be part of the family. You'll just be off on your own doing your shit. And that's why I fucking love that.
Yeah. I really hope we get. I really hope we get a good number of people just like trying to, you know, do blogs and do articles and things like that, and not to go viral, just to literally just get an idea out there, get a perspective out there, or whatever. You know,
it's not about the thumbs. It's not about empty views. It's about the people that do read it, engaging with it. That's what matters. Just throwing shit out on Twitter. You know, so if you look at the stats, you'll say, you know, 400, 500 impressions, you know, 20 interactions with it, and it means nothing.
No. It's an interesting. Twitter's an interesting one actually, because I'll get a lot of people when I see them face to face tell me they really like my Twitter feed, because I'll share sort of on the line, on the edge stuff. I'll be quite sarcastic and all that, and I never get likes. I never get retweets. I mean, I get a few, you know, here and there, but generally people don't interact with it a lot. They just see it. But then when people see me in real life, they're like, "I really like your Twitter feed, Graham." So sometimes it's like you know, it's not worth it's not worth chasing the likes. It's worth chasing truth more than anything.
More than anything.
You're not necessarily gonna get that instant feedback, but you can affect things a little bit, you know. Like the gender thing at the moment. Pink News. I often sort of at Pink News to point out what a disgusting organisation they've become, chasing rage bait. And I'm not saying I've done this, but many thousands of people like me have just slowly changed the thing now. So, like, they put out a thing the other day saying how Julie Bindel misgendered the person who attacked her. So a tranny attacked Julie Bindel.
I remember.
And Julie Bindel
that's that bloke called Kathy, isn't it?
Yeah. So you know, bloke in a dress attacked her, which ultimately, you know, if you're going to be physically violent with someone, you've not got any respect now. And that's the sort of thing that I'd reply against. You know, saying, well, why do you have to, you know, because ultimately that's the way you've defined misgendering, and how's it news? Who cares? What's the point? Now, sometimes I might be the only one that says something like that, and it'll be a sea of people going, "Yes, Queen." But that one, almost every reply was going, "Fuck you, man." And it's just that little thing of just pushing back, and you know, standing up for, just standing up for debate and truth, and actually, you know, liberty and expression and all the rest of it. And that's a hope with the articles as well, because you might not, you don't know what you're writing about, but somebody might be Googling it, might come up. I had it with GameFaceShow.com. I'd get high hits on Google's with certain articles because they'd just catch the
important
algorithm.
thing, though, and I have to throw this out here, is your blogs or sites on Trigger Warning don't have to be political or deep. It can be anything you fucking want. If you want to write a blog about your favourite TV shows of the 1970s that came out of London weekend television, you fill your boots.
But that's my point, though. That's what I'm saying. That's what happened last time with the social. Like, we're in a thing now where if you wanted to do an article about your favourite show from the 70s, at the moment with the current climate, the people who are rewarded are the ones that attack that for being sexist or racist. Oh, you like that TV show, did you? In the 70s, ignoring the context, ignoring the thing, you do realise that it had a black character that was treated badly. They said the N-word to him in one episode. And then there's that thing of like, well, I just like it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's exactly that, though. It's that space to go, I like this.
Yeah, it's just got to be your space.
Yeah,
and everyone might be a personal blog.
Yeah, okay.
It might be a nothing. It might be something where you have no theme. It can be a bit of anything. It doesn't matter as long as you've got a space and you've got a voice, and it encourages you to create and to do. And like I say, some of you encourages you to go off and build your own thing. And like I say, well, fucking hell, we'll run it up the flagpole and salute it. This is what we want. This is what, you know, it's what I love.